I'm gonna take his magic sperm.
Wait a minute! Let me stop you right there, God. No good plan starts with magic sperm.
Well, this one does.
Don't forget your morning tea, guys. Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's begin.
Let's start the party!
The memory of my SNES in that forsaken winter embrace. That is what made me remember clearly that I had two certain kind of cartridges that really got into me. But we're not talking about those yet. Today we're gonna talk to you about a certain game that got me into simulators and got me deeper into fantasy games. Mind you, in Europe, fantasy games were the shit! You see this jumping man over here? Nah, that is just okay. Don't worry, we're talking about swords, magic, medieval warriors, armor, magic, mountains, landscape, magic, and overall, magic. This is the game that really got me introduced to all of this and more. And it was a game where you play as God, but not any God. The God. Riser, or Razor. How do you even English? Nevertheless, I remember popping in and my English not being so good. I could barely understand what this fucking Cupid motherfucker was saying. I just wanted to go on, man. Wait, Cupid looking bitch. Me an impatient god. Oh god, dark matter got inspired by this game.
But you're God! You're supposed to be omnipotent.
Motherfucking badass! Anyway, the story goes something like this. The battle of heaven and hell waged chaos along the planet, and the world was vanquished of all living things. And as the battle came to an end, a victorious throne rose, while the defeated one exiled himself, fallen, withdrawn with nothing left of his army. Now that sounds biblically familiar, right? Well, just imagine that Satan was the victorious one, and the world got created by his own will and form, making it quite a hellish place to live for the humans remaining. Centuries have passed now, and I am told I am that bitch as God. Yes, the one that got their asses handed to them. Bitching! I don't even have the fucking Saint Michael Archangel. Well, ironically, this fucking carib is what is left of Saint Michael. Jolly! But wouldn't he look more like... would look metal as fuck! So I am beamed down, and is this the god? Wind helmet, chainmail robes, a great sword. Wait, Vercingetorix is god! Nah, it was probably just a choice of design. Though little lad me would not know what to do because there was no tutorial. Joy. I just had to make with what was going on in this controller. A and B and whatever the fuck I could do with the other buttons. I encountered weird twisted creatures and monsters that would make any child have nightmares, but honestly, this just made me want to keep going. I embraced the challenge. I got my ass handed to my inexperienced self so many times, but as I got better, the levels got much better. And mind you, this is only one half of a game. You fighting monsters and generals of Satan, yeah, that is only one part of the game. Because in order to become stronger as a god, you need to go back and start reconstructing on your world filled with grass. But that is after you wipe this entire land of monsters, and then you have to face a general. That to me is so fucking immersive. I get to create lands, farm spots, make temples for me to be worshipped, cause of course I need to be worshipped as the fucking insecure psychopathic deity that I am. Wait, no, that is just the Old Testament.
That was the Old Testament. We live by the New Testament.
You don't think the God of the Old Testament is not the same as the God of the New Testament or something?
I don't think so.
So what's the problem then? I'm still the same God.
They think the Old Testament standards don't apply to them, except for the ones they like.
What?
Then to realize that there are creatures you cannot fight as a physical being, and you must find ways to make the humans reproduce and have the ways to fight monsters. And of course use your little bitchy version of St. Michael to face the little enemies. And when the land is recovered and blessed, now you can go back and finally vanquish the general that has made this land a living inferno.
Let's rock.
Animal Crossing ain't got shit on this game! To me, this felt very personal and realistic. Why would a deity just give up after losing everything? This is not the way we were raised. We were raised to learn from failure, to stand up, to face adversity at its hottest, even in the darkest moments. We are act writers. We are the ones that create the actions in our lives to change our environment, our future, and even the ones that surround us and depend on us. I am the act riser this land needs, and I shall do its rising like it was the Fourth Reich! Oh god, I'm going to hell. Nevertheless, I realize that for every new land I regain, I have to keep my eye on the others. Just a slight deviation could mean hunger, riot, new adversities, drought, etc. And I had to actually strategize my fucking godly magic and when to use it. And I could only recover so much after being worshipped. So I had to think like a capitalist and create more temples, more land vanquishing. Mind you, the more worshipping I got and blessings, the more my abilities expanded in combat in the other half of the game. And that brought so much power to me. It made me feel like my actions truly meant something. It was so fucking enjoyable. Having all my effort, my work, my path, all that immersion in order to bring down these twisted creatures created by my rival. The general's always been such a power to unfold, and in the past they gave me so much trouble. But now with my elemental magic, thanks to the prayers brought onto my worshipping, have given me the power to overthrow them. This charity, this giving, and this giving back is what made me realize how much it means. And then you unlock Satan. Oh boy! And this time, as a final stand, you realize that the generals you fought up until now were just dummies, and the real generals are on the front line right now. These fuckers destroyed my army. These fuckers killed all my archangels, and made Michael look like a bitch. So this is more than personal. This is a decisive battle, Satan. Well, I learned that in Junkieland, the name was changed to Xantar. Oh, Satan is offensive. Yes, that is fucking offensive. But playing as a fucking cowboy shoving forceful at his fucking Kaga natives is not offensive. God, now I know why the fucking world calls you the junkyard of the planet. After that rant, I face every single general again in a fucking way of battle I never knew existed. Boss Rush. This was my first experience with what was a boss rush, and it kicked my ass! So much that I spent days after school trying just to get fucked off again and again. But alas, I learned the patterns, the cheap moves, and I embraced being the victorious warrior against these ungodly monsters once more. And then I could face Satan in all of his forms. This was a battle that brought me so much tears and salt. Yes, I remember I cried of frustration in this battle. Because for me, it wasn't the battle that was hard. It was the weight on my shoulders. Many lands that brought me this far, they depended on me. They needed my hand, my blessing, my care. And I could not fail them. I could not give up all that hard work I had given upon humanity. Because now to defeat the greatest evil, I needed to depend on humanity. After finally defeating the powerful and monstrous forms of Satan, after so many weeks of trying, I finally did it. And I was so fucking happy. Fuck you, Satan! But what made me realize something was the fact that all of this work paid off. My touch upon the lands that I deemed in the beginning nothing but little farms actually gave me so much. Giving humanity the ways to survive, the blessings to their crops, the prayers responding, curing the illnesses of the land, and eradicating the droughts and natural disasters. It really showed the power that humanity can have. and the power that they gave me. The power to survive, to fight, to heal, to become a better god than I could ever be. To take sword in arms after a humiliating defeat, and having my people still believe in me. That is what inspired me, the Agriser, to bring forth not the power of heavens to fight the devil and his minions, but the power of humanity. I'm Mephlel, and thank you so much for joining me in this retrospective. And I hope to see you all next time.